We are going to continue the spectrum book, modern Indian history, our series that is negative approach towards positive results. Fine, I want to remind one more time that Theosophical Society is HYT yielding topic. Definitely, it is going to come into your examination. It appeared many times. Theosophical Society, Anibasant, and HRL, Home Rule League. These two are the high yielding topics, and questions are going to come like this. Say, for example, who was associated with Anibasant, and Anibasant section of Home Rule League was which part of country, which part of India, and they will ask questions like this. Indulal Agnik was associated with the Bala Gangadhar Tilak section of Home Rule League. That statement is wrong. Indulal Agnik was actively associated with the Anibasant and Theosophical Anibasant sections of Home Rule League. So nowadays, UPSC is digging deep into the topic. So be careful about the topic, and you should know the how to handle and tackle the things. Fine. Yeah. Next, we can go to the struggle begins. Okay. Factors in the growth of the modern nationalism. You just see that, then don't mug up on all those things. These are the common things like education, British policies, language policy, cultural policy, then oppression and suppressions, many things. Fine. Understanding the contradictions in Indian and colonial interest. No. Political, administrative and economic unification of the country. Yes, you go through once. Then Western thought and education. Role of press and literature. Yes, very important. Literature, for example, Neil Darpan. Sorry, I am writing Kannada. This is Kannada. You should know this. Okay. See, Neil Darpan, this literature was speaking about Indigo Revolution. Then Ananda Math, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee book speaks about Sannyasi Rebellion. So many literatures, journals, press, journals made a huge impact on Indian freedom struggle. For example, Rosta Gaftar by the Dadabhai Nauroji. Those medias were not like of present medias. Okay. Then press and literature made a huge impact. Rediscovery of India's past. Don't worry about these things. Progressive characters of socio-religious reform movement. Yes, important. Rise of middle class intelligentsia. Go through once. Impact of contemporary movements. Yes, go through once. Reactionary policies and racial arrogances of rulers. Not that much of important. Political associations before the Indian National Congress. Definitely this is the stuff for prelims. This thing will never come to mains. Okay. See, for example, the political associations, Madras associations, then association made by the Dadabhai Nauroji, C.R. Das. These type of organizations were appearing many times. So these are underrated topics. While reading, you feel that this is not important, but yes, this is important. Okay. Then Indian National Congress foundation and moderate phase. From this chapter onwards, you should know the date, month and year. Chronologically, it is very, very, very significant for your examination. Foundation of Indian National Congress. Was it a safety value? Don't bother about this thing. It is not going to come into your exams. Aims and objectives of the Congress. Just you know, but it will never come to exam. Era of moderates. Important leaders, modern approach, contribution of moderate nationalist. Yes, very, very important. Economic critique of British imperialism. I am telling you one rules from now onwards. From now onwards, wherever economy is going to come, you should take care that is HOT. Without economy, there is no empire. That's why I am telling again and again. Economic critique, for example, question related to R.C. Dutt appeared. Question related to the Dadabhai Nauroji was appeared. His book Poverty and Un-British Rule, not British Rule, Un-British Rule. Economic History of India, it appeared in prelims. That's why we are telling again and again, economic critique and economic policies are always important. Constitutional reform and propaganda in legislature. Constitutional reform and propaganda in legislature. Okay. Yes, constitutional reforms are very important. Campaign for general administrative reforms, protection of civil rights, and evaluation of the early nationalist. Yes, important. Because these things will come in the form of statements. Attitude of the government, no. Indian Council Act, only one or two things are important, that's all. Then national movement from 1905 to 1918, era of militant nationalism. Yes, I do agree, militant nationalism is important, but it is not as important as movements made by the moderates. So don't focus too much here. Why militant nationalism grew? Just read once. Swadeshi and boycott movement, partition of Bengal to divide people, anti-partition campaign under moderates, the Congress position. These things are very, very, very important for your prelims, mains and interview. If you're from Bengal, definitely if member of the interpanel belongs to Bengal, he will ask, what is your opinion about Bengal partition? Who was there when it was annulled? In that direction, question may come. So, whoever preparing for UPSC, you should prepare in such a way that it is going to helpful for your prelims, mains, and interview. Okay. Then movements under extreme leadership. Extremist program, new form of struggle and impact, extent of mass participation, all India perspective. This is not as important as it was as previous topic. That's why this is called focused preparation. Focus means you should focus more on the relevant topics, not irrelevant. Annulment of partition, evaluation of Swadeshi movement. Yes, this page number 269. Page number 269, important for mains. Please take care. The movements fizzle out, movements at a turning point, no. Yes, Surat split. Why, when, how, who. Surat split from point of prelims is important. Then Parliamentary reforms, communal representation, communal electorate, yes, important. Okay. So this is how you have to prepare. So if you have any doubts related to the mains and interview, you please mention in a comment box. And if you want to decode the index like this, any subject, you just mention which subject I want to decode the index, like spectrum decoding. Okay. For any doubt, you can contact me 9620131843. Thank you.